It's a bit of a sick day here. We've got 2 kids in bed with fevers. Sean and I both are a little under the weather. But I'm going to take the opportunity of a Saturday with canceled plans to pot up some of my seedlings, and I wanted to show you that. I love seeing the garden plans that the kids make. It's always fun to help them. Some of them just draw their garden, some of them write it down or map it out. I have a box of seeds here. In the back is all new ones that I ordered this year. Then I have old seeds that may not germinate as well. And then I have seeds that I've saved from our plants last year or the year before. So some of those are old as well. So if I'm not sure if my seeds are going to germinate well, I'll put them in a damp paper towel and then stick that in a plastic bag for about a week. And you can see my acorn seeds did germinate very well. You can see some of them are actually starting to mold. I didn't get them planted fast enough, but some of them look really good. So I think it's amazing how the life just pops out of these seeds, and these root structures grew even just in a damp paper towel. I'm sure they'll be happy to get in the soil. My bell peppers in this other paper towel here, and there's not a whole lot of good ones, but if you can see, that one has a nice little sprout. This one here, we'll have a few peppers. This is a jar of sunflower seeds that we saved from one of our big sunflowers last summer. Most of them that we've tried germinating have taken. There's way more than we need, so I might just find a spot to scatter these and see what happens. What I've been doing this year is starting in these egg cartons, which are nice because they have a top, so you can create a little greenhouse with these. Once they sprout, once they germinate, I'm going to transplant them into bigger solo cups like this, which will probably be good enough until they're ready to plant outside. These tomatoes are way overdue to put in bigger containers, so I'm going to do that today as well. My kitchen cabinets have these lights underneath, which is really nice for grow lights. It works. So over here we've got some broccoli, some flowers. These are still so tiny, so I'm really watching them closely to make sure they don't dry out. Cherry tomatoes, regular tomatoes, a lot of tomatoes. They grow well here in New Jersey usually. Then over here, pumpkin, zucchini, watermelon, more tomatoes. First I'm going to plant the pepper seeds that I sprouted. Me and Elliot are potting up our Brandywine tomatoes. They're an heirloom tomato, really good flavor. And these are from seeds that we saved from a tomato last year. What's cool about tomatoes is you can plant them deep when you're transplanting. So you can put the soil, you just need a little bit of stem sticking out and then the top leaves. Because tomatoes, let me get one here. I don't know how well you can see, but these little hairs on the stem will actually become roots. So it'll send out more roots from the stem when you plant it deep, and that makes for an even stronger plant. So with Elliot helping, it goes faster. I'm putting the heavier soil in the bottom of the cups, and then he's topping it with that lighter seed starting soil, just to give the seedlings an easier time for the roots to grow in the lighter soil before they kind of get to that more composty soil. By that time, they should be pretty strong.
So I'm putting soil into these cups and they have like these holes in the bottom that we drilled, and we're planting that have already sprouted, and they're seedlings. And we did it a cool way. We used these egg things and we put some plastic and we put soil in those to plant.
So I'm trying to water around the plant and not actually get the plant itself wet, just to help prevent like fungal issues. Also, watering around the plant encourages the roots to reach out to find the water. I'm gonna stop filming now because I have children who need lunch soon and I have to finish this meat that's cooking on the stove. So this has been fun. So I have Susie and Juliet here with me, and we are going to pot up seedlings into larger pots today. It's a beautiful day to be working out on the porch. So we have these blue Hubbard squash and some cantaloupe. Got some supplies here. We're ready to work.
Today I am outside shoveling our manure compost piles. Behold, the Everest of manure compost. This is what happens when you procrastinate and don't turn over your compost regularly. It turns into that. That's not the goal today. The goal is to get these two smaller piles in the cart and then over to the garden. The thing I look for in good compost is worms. And we got a lot of worms. Two boys are back here near the ponds exploring. I'm gonna see if I can sneak up on them. These ponds are always beautiful this time of year. Definitely seeing some bass out there though. All right, I'm gonna go back. Don't get too wet. We don't have a lot of time before baseball. No, I said don't get wet. I wouldn't be surprised if this right here was a beaver dam. There's been a lot of beaver activity on this side of the property. Here's some evidence of beaver activity. More signs of beaver activity. Beaver activity. I have my compost here, and we're just gonna spread a thin layer of it on the top of our garden. So basically we're using manure compost as our fertilizer. So we started with weeding. We did that yesterday. We get that, and we spread our manure compost over it, and then we're gonna cultivate it and till it. What are you doing?
Plowing my garden.
Let's see, you plowed that area. Good job. So we're just gonna introduce our garden real quick. It's a 75-foot by 75-foot square. What kind of fencing do we have?
I don't know, it's 8 feet high deer fencing, mainly for the deer, but we also have a critter guard on the bottom to prevent little animals from digging underneath.
Here you can see is the majority of our garden. We're gonna do individual plots, which Laura has organized on paper already. The kids have their individual beds over there that they take care of. We have, what are those back there?
Those are beds for root vegetables. They're a little deeper and allow us to amend the soil a bit for the root vegetables, potatoes and carrots.
And then behind us, the back 1/3 of our garden is just strawberry beds.
Which are very weedy right now.
So that's the garden. So that there was my 3rd load. Judging by the piles back there, I've probably got about at least 5 more. I gotta pick up the pace, so that's probably enough recording for today. Garden update. We've been working outside all day today because it's Laura's birthday and she wanted to have a garden day, and it was much needed. So the garden is finally looking presentable, and we have a lot of things popping up out of the ground, which is exciting. Potatoes, I rototilled between our rows of potatoes, so those are looking pretty good. Peas, I think, same thing. Ran the rototiller down between the rows, cleaned them up. I'm not really the gardener of the couple. I'm just like the human tractor. I'm sure Laura would have more to say. She's probably gonna be embarrassed that I don't. One thing Laura wanted was a boat ride on our pond, but I don't think she realizes our pond is already grown over with algae. Not exactly the romantic escapade she's envisioning.
and Dad are in the boat for Mom's birthday.
They won't let us ride.
Will you be having trouble with boat? And we are in our bathing suits, admiring me, my muscularity.
You're looking very muscular, Oliver. So we had a busy day in the garden today for my birthday. That's what I wanted, was to just work as a family in the garden. Sean and I did most of the work, mostly Sean. And the kids did a little work and also played in the stream, which was great too. So it's an exciting time in the garden. Things are just sprouting and starting to grow. As is Maggie. She's getting big. Hey. Hey. Right, Maggie?
This morning we harvested our first cash crop from the garden. Strawberries.
All right, so we ended up with 30 pounds of strawberries, and each box weighs 1.5 pounds, so we have 20 boxes here.
Laura and I and Oliver got up at 6 to pick our strawberries in the cool of the morning, and now Laura's gonna load these up in the truck, our new truck, and take them to our market partner, who will then distribute them to businesses, direct to buyers. This is the new truck, which we are very thankful to have, and the person that helped us out. We love you and thank you. I'm loading up our first delivery of ground lamb and strawberries. 1 pound packages of ground lamb, and I'm not going to say the name of the ewe that this is. There's our cart full of goods to bring to market.
William, what are we harvesting today?
Beets.
Can you say we're harvesting beets today?
We're harvesting beets. Harvesting beets. We're harvesting beets. We're harvesting beets.
Here they are.
I got a big beet. Big beet. Big beet.
What you doing, William? Plowing. Very good.
And look, Mom, two of my marigolds sprouted.
Oh, those are beautiful. Susie, your garden looks so good.
Mom, pick that.
Pick that? What are you doing, Juliet? Are you weeding?
Oh, did it look? I have green tomatoes.
Oh, good.
They're only green.
That's amazing.
One's big.
So our garden is doing okay this year. I feel like every spring it's off to a rough start. Either we get things in too late or it's too dry or too wet. This year I feel like it's okay. Strawberry harvest, we did really well and that's done. The thing that really I'm behind on is tomatoes. I had to start over with my tomato seeds and they're a little behind. They're growing. I think if they make it, we'll just have a very late tomato harvest this year. Maybe September, October if the sun holds out that long. We're ready to harvest the peas. The green beans are coming on well. The corn we had maybe 50% germination. So corn has been difficult for us, but we'll take what we can get. Sunflowers are a little weedy, but they're gonna be pretty. Pumpkins have just been sprouting all over the place and I keep moving them into rows. I think when the pigs were in the garden last fall, they must have rooted up and just moved pumpkin seeds all over the place because I keep finding pumpkins growing in the garden randomly. So watermelon, finally this year we're growing some. We'll see if it gets hot enough to really develop good fruit. Trying sweet potatoes for the very first time. Oh, our potatoes look really good. Sean has been hilling the potatoes using our handheld rototiller and it has been such a handy tool. It's been great.
My hands are nasty.
Are you gonna help pick peas? Yeah. Can you say my bucket? Susie and I have already realized it's better if we pick the peas and hand them to Benjamin to put in the buckets. When he picks them, he tends to rip the whole plant out. William is working very hard plowing the garden. Now, it's a little scary because he's gonna end up killing some plants, but he kind of knows where he can and can't go. Careful of the corn there, buddy. Look who's coming to help.
Dad, look at how much we got.
This is not the real me. I'm wearing my glasses out here in the garden today so I can look extra intelligent among the peas. Just wanted to capture my wisdom here. There's a lesson to be learned from these peas, and that is the peas that are packed tightly together, peas in community, you could say, do much better than the peas that are not so close, not part of the community. They don't thrive as well. That's my gardening wisdom. The problem with these peas right here is they're way too individualistic. They're like real peas.
I didn't say that.
As Laura and I are picking peas, we're discussing all the different life lessons they can teach you.
And when Sean started weeding the peas instead of picking them, I said, don't peas. When Sean started weeding, I said, don't miss the harvest for the weeds. So I think with parenting, we can get so caught up in correcting our children, fixing the bad, that we can miss the good and miss reaping the joys of
Yeah, peas.
yeah.
Pea ice cream. The motivation today was fill a bowl with shelled peas and you can have a bowl of homemade ice cream. How was it, Julia? I had to turn the camera on just to say this really is like the best ice cream you've made. It's so good. One of the benefits of having a dairy cow. What are you doing?
Okay, boys, what are we picking today?
I would say I'm going to weed whack.
Weed whack. But what are we picking today in the garden?
Corn.
Corn!
Come.
Yay! It's corn harvest day.
Yeah.
We harvesting you today, Oliver?
Look at this corn.
It's a good one. Show me your corn, Elliot.
7.
Benji, let me see. What did you get?
Moss.
Wow.
Moss.
Moss? Who's gonna eat the husks?
Mom, there's one.
Who else, Juliet? Who likes the corn husks?
Cows.
Cows. William, is this your garden? What are you growing?
Tomatoes. Flowers.
Can you pick a tomato for me and for Benji? You grew those, William. Good job.
I'm gonna have these tomatoes. Hey, I'll take videos of the class.
This morning we are harvesting potatoes, and today's attitude forecast is overcast. Our garden is overrun with weeds, and that's just how it turned out this year with our summer schedule, 4-H, football. The garden kind of got away from us. The first step in harvesting our potatoes is removing some of the weeds, mostly this mustard plant. Plan is Dad is gonna go down the row with the shovel, loosening up the dirt, and then the family's gonna come behind and harvest these babies. Yukon Gold!
1 flat, 1 short, 1 tall. Oh! Dad, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Look. Yeah.
3 35-foot long potato rows, and this is what we walk away with.
It's okay. It's better than our first year where they were all rotten. Much better. We got some good ones. So we'll cure these for a while. Just leave them out to kind of dry and firm up the skin, and then we'll put them in storage.
We'll be having potatoes tonight.